All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Mark Kithcart. I am the Vice President of Marketing for iBoomerang. And good morning to the flight squad out there from the flight deck. So every morning, every Saturday morning, we have Flight School. So you guys are joining in today. Welcome, and we've got an incredible training for you. So I want to make a few announcements first, though. We've got a lot of events happening everywhere, all over the country, all over the world, and I want to tell you a little bit about those. But before I get into that, and before I turn this training over to an incredible woman, an incredible person, I want to talk a little bit about iBoomerang and who we are. And, I want to let you guys know that iBoomerang is the name of the company, but it's not just the name of the company. It's also a philosophy. And this name actually transcends travel. And I said that at the event in Houston on March 9th, our kickoff event, our liftoff event. And it's really based on a philosophy by Holton and Earlene Buggs. And what they have always done in their lives, once they became extremely successful, is they send good out into the world and they don't expect anything in return, but they know it will return in the form of blessings. So that vision is being implemented and is being created, and it's happening here at iBoomerang every single day. And Holton and Earlene's vision is huge and ever expanding. They are some of the biggest thinkers on this planet, and some days it's even hard to keep up with some of the vision that they have, because it's growing and expanding so fast. And they have a relentless passion for helping people and pushing the team to grow and get into new and uncomfortable areas. And, I've been around Holton and Earlene for over 16 years, and I've watched them become the people, the wonderful, beautiful, passionate people that they are today. And they care about everyone in this world, and they care about you as TSAs, and they want you to also grow and learn and become more and be better in your lives and be able to spread that out throughout the world. And we get to do that every week here at 8 a.m. Central Time on Flight School. So, and I want to say this too, that's what true leadership looks like. True leadership looks like Holton and Earlene Buggs. I've worked in the corporate industry for a number of years, and I've noticed that there are a lot of managers, and leadership is not something that is taught in school. It's something that has to be learned over time. And, in some ways, I'm thankful that, Holton didn't go that normal route that most go, because I know that he wouldn't be the person he is today. And obviously, because of who he is, he couldn't have done that anyways. So listen, this is what true leadership looks like. They push, they poke, they make us get into uncomfortable places. And right now, I know a lot of you are getting into new places that are new and ever expanding for yourself as well. And that's good, because when you're uncomfortable, that's when you get the biggest growth in your life. So stay uncomfortable, because comfort kills. Comfort can ruin big dreams and big plans. So stay uncomfortable. Put that in the chat box, as a matter of fact. Stay uncomfortable. And let me know, are you uncomfortable? So yes, I'm uncomfortable. So get uncomfortable, folks. It has not even been 1 month yet, and big, huge, massive ranks have been broken all over the world. This company is growing so fast that it's breaking pretty much every record you could ever imagine. And it's not a surprise at all. It's something that I knew was going to happen. And it's the exact reason I wanted to join along and be a part of what iBoomerang is. I left a multiple six-figure income, quit my job after I heard about what Holton was going to do and what his vision was and what Holton and Earlene, their next big jump was going to be. And let me tell you something. Right now, they're uncomfortable. So everybody is moving forward in a way that keeps us on our toes, keeps us excited. And let me tell you something. I have never been with a better team, and I have never been with such a great group of people that are experts in each one of their specific areas. And it is absolutely mind-blowing what's happening right now. So first of all, I want to make a few announcements, and then we'll get to the training. So bear with me here. I want to make a couple of announcements. Holton has been touring all over, and he has been to Mexico. He's been to Florida. He's been to everywhere. So he Los Angeles, San Francisco. And right now, today you're going to be able to see him in Raleigh, North Carolina, along with another CEO. So we call it the CEO's tour. David Manning. They're both going to be there in the Raleigh area. And I know that a lot of people have driven there, flown in, and come to that event to see Holton and to see David Manning. So I also know that there's another massive event that's happening up in New York City. None other than our Global Master Ambassador, Edwin Haynes, leading the charge up there, along with Peter Hirsch, who is our Chief Giving Officer with the Boom Foundation. You're going to learn a whole lot more about that. You're going to hear a lot about that here over the coming weeks and months. And then we've also got our VP of Business Development. You guys know him, you love him. His name is T. Gray. So they are going to blow the top off of New York City. So that is happening, and I've never seen anything like this. I've been a part of other network marketing companies, and the way this company has launched has been like nothing else I've ever seen or done. And I've worked at lots of startups in Silicon Valley, and nothing like this, nothing at all. So a lot more to come too. So it's not slowing down. As a matter of fact, I just got word today that Holton is going to be in, I think it's Orlando. So that's been confirmed. Orlando next Tuesday. Wait a minute. I think maybe it's Miami. Hold on a second. Let me check my messages. Well, either way, listen, just keep checking the events page on Facebook. I keep that page the most up to date. We're on all kinds of different social sites, but Facebook on that events page is where you're going to want to go. So I know that he has scheduled more events, and there's some other big events too. There's going to be a European tour. So watch out for that. And that's coming up very quickly. And I think that some of those events are going to be up on the events page today. So if Holton is anywhere near you, and if it's a short plane flight, heck, if it's a long plane flight, this is something you can't miss, ladies and gentlemen. So when Holton is out there and he's traveling, and he's having these events all over the place, I know that you will want to be there. And the other one, there's another one too. It's in Mexico. It's on May 4th. So there's Cinco de Mayo, right? We celebrate that in the States. Well, they call it May 4th is how they celebrate it down there in Mexico. So so be sure if you're in Mexico. And again, check the events page. It's all on the events page on facebook.com/iBoomerang. So we're on all the social channels, and we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Telegram, we're on YouTube, and we're on Vimeo. So if you're not getting information, or you haven't heard about an event, well, I can only say this, that it's your fault because it's out there and it's all over social media. And you'll want to check that events page regularly because the updates keep coming. As a matter of fact, Anna just sent over another one this morning. So it's just happening everywhere, all over the country and all over the world. Okay, another announcement. Boom Gear. Boom Gear is here. So you're going to want to go to boomgear.com and you're going to be able to get all of the shirts, the hats, the gear. There are coffee mugs, there are pens, there are journals. It's all there. Men's and women's sizes are all available, and they're selling out. Yesterday it got announced, and it was just on social media, and it has gone absolutely bonkers crazy. So and we're running low on a lot of things. So if you haven't gotten anything yet and you're thinking, I'll wait, don't wait, because it's going fast. So get over to boomgear.com, BUUMGEAR.com, and pick up your iBoomerang swag. Okay. Now, we've got some events that are happening even outside of the ones that Holton and the other top leaders are doing in the industry. So, and what I'd like you to do, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and send me a picture or videos of you at those events, and send me pictures of those events that you're doing. So if you're leading an event somewhere, I would like you to go ahead and take pictures of it. Tell me where you are. Tell me maybe how many people are there, and send those pictures and that information and any video that you take to mark@iboomerang.com. We made it easy. mark@iboomerang.com. So I can go ahead and get those pictures up all over the internet and on all of our different social sites. And that way we can just spread the goodwill that's happening and spread what is happening throughout all of the different social channels as well. So with that, here's what I want to do. We have a special training for you today. It's on your iGo platform. It's about your iGo platform. That platform is so incredible, and there's so much to it. And there's no one other than Lori Speers, who is our Director of Travel Services, who is going to be on today to help you and to explain exactly what it is and give you all the different tidbits and the information about all the things that iGo offers you and your customers. So be sure, get out your iBoomerang journals if you've got them, because if you don't, you need to go over to boomgear.com. Get out your iBoomerang journals or a piece of paper and a pen. Be sure to take some notes. And here's why. If you write it down, it's the physical act of writing that's going to help burn it into your brain, okay? And the palest ink is always stronger than the strongest mind. So go ahead, write this stuff down, because it's too important. And then the other thing that we do is we record these and we put these over on YouTube, and we call it Flight School on YouTube. So you can go and rewatch them too. But still, take the notes. Take the notes. So with that, Lori is so gracious. She just got back from a conference yesterday. I'm sure she's going to talk about it. She is your Director of Travel Services up there at Extreme. She has 35 years of experience as a travel professional. She oversees the entire operation up there at Extreme from the travel side, and she oversees and gets to interact with you in the field. And when you guys start booking all those trips and your, those big group trips, all of that goes through Lori. And she's an expert. She's one of the top experts in the travel industry. She is, let's see here. She has every year since 2007, the Extreme Agency has been counted as among Travel Savers' top 40 travel agencies. And not only are they in the top 40, they're number 2. She is sought after to speak all over the world on all types of different industry panels. And she's an executive board member for CLIA, which is the Cruise Line International Association, Carnival Travel Advisory Board, the Royal Caribbean Executive Forum, and Norwegian's President's Symposium. So with that, I want to welcome to the call Miss Lori Speers.
Hey, thank you for the great introduction. And yes, I'm uncomfortable. Everybody should be a little uncomfortable, but you know what? It's a great feeling, isn't it? It's just a great feeling. And today, maybe I can help you get a little less uncomfortable by showing you a little more of the platform in depth. I was just at the CLIA conference where I sat on the advisory board. We went over a lot of good things about the travel industry, about how agents got to get their name out there, about social media, the use of it. It was a very long day on roundtables with a lot of executives, but it proves to bring a lot of good information to everyone. And then I just got a call when I got back. I was asked to go to Austin next week and sit on the Texas legislature about a bill that's coming up to go and testify on the honor of the cruise industry. So I'm excited to do that. I'll tell you more about it when it's all in place. It was just a last minute thing. But I am so honored to be part of iBoomerang and so honored to support iBoomerang in the way that we do. So I'd like to really just get right into the training because there's so many things I want to go over today, and there's so many details I want to share with you. I've had the opportunity to talk with some of you, but I want to be able to get right into it, and then maybe you'll have questions that you can send over and we could get direct answers to. Now, ways to go to your iGo. You can go to your back office, which the way I do that is I go lori.iboomerang.com, takes me to my back office. I'm not going to go that way. And then you hit on the icon iGo at the top once you're back there. Now you should be going back there all the time anyway for lots of information that's there every day being enhanced. But another way, if you want a shortcut, you can go to igoforless.com. igoforless.com, and you put in your same username and password like you would to your back office and sign in right here. Did you know that you could do that? Because that's a shortcut, and that's a shortcut that was developed for you to be able to get to it quicker. I love this shortcut. I use it all the time. I love our beautiful iGo site anyway, and now I'm going to go over it all with you. First of all, you're going to have your reward credits up here. Okay, all the reward credits you earn. Don't forget about these great reward credits because you get to use these to purchase flights, hotels, anything on this list here, and I'll show you how you do that. And I've had great experiences doing that. Lots of freebies, and it's been great. Now under my account, anytime this platform is booked and built for you as a member, you get to add additional travelers. Those are household members of your family you get to add. Well, you can't go through this like a normal website and just book and at the end put in the people that you're booking it for. Beforehand, you have to make sure under my profile that the people that you're booking for are listed under Manage Your Travelers. Okay, I have all my travelers here. These are the people I book for. I can add another traveler if I needed to, and I have to if I was going to book Mark, for example. I would have to add him here first before I go through looking for my information. Also, I have everybody's credit cards here, something I don't need to show, so I'm going to jump off of it real quick. But I have the credit cards there that I use for my separate purchases. Maybe because I have a lot of credit cards, who knows? Maybe it's other people's credit cards, I'll never say. But one or the other, they're all listed there. Now, this has to be done before you go to query your hotel, look for a hotel, and make a reservation. So I've been talking to people that sometimes go all through it and try to add it at the end as if you were booking on another online site. That's not the case. We are a membership-based site that's just for you and your additional travelers that you list, because that's how we get the lower rates. We're below rate parity. We're actually lower than the other sites because of the membership sign-in. That's the rule to that. And I'm going to be showing you some examples today that you can't really share exactly what it is, because the vendors that give us these good deals, they don't really want us to share this openly to other people. So Mark, can you see my screen? Or just me?
I can, but you know what I'm going to do? So the folks on Facebook Live cannot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and redo the Facebook Live, and then they will be able to see your screen. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, and maybe you want to kill my video? Would that make it appear?
Nope, nope. We'll go ahead and leave your video up, and what I'll do is I will redo the Facebook Live. So everybody on Facebook Live, I'm going to go ahead and stop this live, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to redo the live so we can all see Lori's screen, because this is going to be one of the best trainings that we've ever done. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go into detail. Okay, good. Well, while he's doing that, I'm not going to show you anything on the screen for right now. I'm going to talk about another matter. If I talked about we're the lowest price because we have rate parity, which is below retail, because it's a club that you sign into. So if there's a time that you see a lower price on another site, I want to give you a little insight to that. First of all, I would like you to go all the way out to the checkout page. I cannot tell you how many times just in the last 3 weeks I've done this with numerous people. When you get all the way to the checkout page, the price is actually higher because they add many fees there right at the end on the checkout page. You don't think they're going to, and then it's a nice little surprise. Also, on some sites that are just comparison sites, Trivago's one of them, you have to actually click on the site they're claiming's lower and go all the way to that one's checkout page. When you go all the way to the checkout page, and if for some reason you still see that it's lower, screenshot that, a nice screenshot that shows the entire URL, good pictures, screenshot that, and then also screenshot our page and email it to me. And I will do something with that by taking it to the provider and saying, hey, what's going on here, you know? And it could be a couple little tweaks they need to put in there, or add this particular property in a different way, inventory-wise or something. So remember, checkout page, and I'm going to share my email with you, but only I'm just deleting them if it's not following instructions, sorry, but it has to be that checkout page. So it's Lori, L-O-R-I, at extremetravel.com. Now there is some things that are going to make some sites lower, and I need to go over that with you. It's the best explanation I could give you right now. We are what's called below rate parity. Rate parity is where everybody says we're set in the same price. The only way you can be below rate parity is if you're in a membership environment and not public facing. But there are sites out there, particularly in Europe and other countries, that are not following the rules and regulations, and they are getting in trouble, and they're actually having lawsuits. So they're saying, I'm putting wholesale rates up to the public, even though I know I'm not supposed to. Okay, so that means those sites could go into a lawsuit, and will go into a lawsuit. And when they do, the sad part about it is you yourself could lose your reservation completely. It could totally cancel, and you could show up and think you have a reservation and it's been totally canceled because of the lawsuit. So then you're making yourself very vulnerable and in a bad position, and it's very risky to book on those type of sites. So you don't know for sure. So you want to stay with reputable sites that you know you're not going to have that happen. But that's a little explanation and a little instruction what you can do to help me get those that are really truly down to the checkout page, anything that you see lower, and then we'll address it that way. Now, if you're able to see my screen now, I'd like to go on and have so much to show you. I just want to get into it. Am I able to show my screen now, Mark?
Hold on just a moment.
Okay, that's fine. I can keep talking. Let me tell you. We had a great show at the CLIA Cruise 360. It's a show where CLIA is the Cruise Line International Association. They advocate for for travel agents and cruise industry. So we see a lot of stats. We do a lot of studying in our meetings, and a lot of how the market trend is going, what we need to do as an industry to stay up with it. Really good for our industry because it has a lot of changes, and it's going through a lot of changes right now. So we also had a booth there for Extreme, which gave us great representation. We had a lot of people come up and talk to us about travel and in our place in travel and how we're making a big difference. So all of that are things that we do to keep our name in the travel industry strong. So you're working with a strong agency that's very actively involved in many facets of travel, not just providing you the iBoomerang, iGo platform, but also, like what I intend to do next week, is sit in Congress and testify on the behalf of CLIA for a bill that's going up that wants to add extra liquor taxes to cruise ships going out of Texas, and we're fighting it. So we go to Congress and fight on behalf of the travel industry and for the consumer, bottom line, which is the traveler, which is you. So these are some of the things that Extreme involves themselves in, besides just supporting you on your platform, your iGo platform, and all the things that I'm going to go over with you today. Just to let you know, we're deep into the industry to always make it better for you, the consumer.
All right, we are at go now, Lori.
Okay, great.
Yay.
Okay, well, we were under my account. One of the things I want to show you in my account is view reservations. A lot of times you're supposed to get an email confirmation. After you make a reservation, you get an email. On that email confirmation, it gives you all it's an email. It comes across with big iGo on the top. We're trying to make it a little smaller, but it's up there. You can't miss it. And then it'll have all your reservations, all about that particular trip. Now, that has your confirmation on there. A lot of times it'll have even the hotel confirmation, because there's one with iGo, one with the hotel. But more importantly, it has a phone number on there. It has instructions. If you have to refund, if you have to cancel, if you have to change, if you have any problems, if you arrive at the hotel or the car rental, call this number, and it's 24/7 travel hotline. So just so you know, it's not a number that you would find on the iGo platform. This number is separate and only held for those people who have a booked confirmed reservation that need additional help after they're booked. So always refer to your confirmation email. If for some reason you didn't get an email, go under my reservations right here, and you can view it and send it to yourself again. If for some reason you think, oh, my reservation didn't go through, go under view reservations and see if your reservation's here. View it and send yourself the email. So this is where you can see your activity. Look how busy I am. I booked for a couple other people too. Under support, this is our next tab. There's an FAQ here. I would like you to go through these. I personally go to FAQ of every website I go to first thing as I'm trying to explore it and learn more about it. It's where I'm going to find a lot of the answers to a lot of my questions, and some I didn't even know I had. So do look at that. We have a call our support team here. There's different phone numbers and different hours. And again, like I said, that's not the one if you have a reservation and you're needing help and you're on your trip, or you made a reservation, you're not on your trip yet, but you need to alter it or change it. That's on your email confirmation. Okay, so here's your support area. Price guarantee, we hear a lot about the price guarantee. Here's the first thing you need to know about it. You need to read the terms and conditions that are listed right here. I did it first thing I went in here. I'm like, okay, what's this about? Let me see. Boom, hit it right there. Now I know. You actually have to file a claim and they'll refund you back in reward credits. So you have to put all this information here and submit it, and read the terms and conditions, because it'll carefully go over all the rules that you need to know. Now let's get started on the fun stuff down here, because this is what I really love. On hotels, everybody, this is the number one thing where people go and book hotels. I don't book a hotel anywhere without going here. I don't book a hotel for anyone I know or anyone in our office unless I go here. Now, you have to have them in your account listed as a traveler, and there is a limit to those. So you can't just book anybody on this. We're not travel agents booking people like we would if we were a travel agent. This is a membership to you, and if you selected, you share it with. And of course, then you send a boomerang for anyone else that's interested in something as great as this. For free, they get a boomerang. And remember to kind of, I always like that analogy T. Gray uses about, you have great Beyonce tickets and you're going to give them to somebody, but you don't just put them in somebody's mailbox. You make sure they know they can go to that concert, they're free that night, and then you give them the tickets for free. That's how you would do your boomerangs. Kind of qualify them a little bit. I'm going to do this for you because you know you are limited, and you do want to give it to a person you know that you're going to earn cash back on, okay? So that's how you do travel for other people besides your membership base, is you send them a boomerang. I see a lot of confusion about that. I think there's a lot of people that want to go on here and book all their friends on their own membership site, and those are the people, especially if you know they're traveling, that you need to send a boomerang. But let's look at some hotels. I'm going to just pull up New York City, where our friends are at today. And I'm just going to do one quick one because I want to make sure to get it through all these others. What I really like here, and please remember to do that, you could say I want to pay with money, or you could say I want to pay with rewards. And I've stayed at the Fairmont downtown for a little getaway with my husband. My favorite one is when I used my points to go to Montreal, Canada. Cutest little city. We had 2 nights hotel there and a car rental, and we just went to that city and just had the greatest time. I felt a little bit like I went to Europe, and it wasn't even that far away. So I had points, and I said, where do I want to go? I mean, what a horrible thing, right? Where do I want to go to get away this weekend? Who has that kind of flexibility in their life? Because you do now, and you need to take it in and use it. And that's what we did. You know, I had all these points up here, and then I said, hey, let's go escape. Wouldn't that be nice? And we did, and we'll never forget it. It was wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a 2-night in New York City just to show you. I'm sure most of you have already done this, but I just want to take you through it real quick again and point out a few things that I want to point out, little tips for you to, and again, these buttons are down here again. There's a member guide, even if you want to read about every little thing, if you're really that kind of person who likes to follow the instructions when you put something together, click on that member guide, because you can read everything and it'll be helpful for you. I'm sorry about my internet. I think I'm going to have to kick my husband off. He's back there playing games probably. But it's slowly coming up, and this is not our site. This is my house. Okay, so here's what I want to point out to you. It starts with the biggest percentage of savings. So this top one has 35% savings. Now what I would do, maybe it's not the cheapest. You can sort lowest to high in price. You can sort high to low in price. And you can sort by rating. There are people that I book for that I sort by rating, to be honest. But I think the smartest traveler is going to filter this by the biggest percentage of savings, because this is still a 5-star hotel, okay? And so will some of these in the ratings be a 5-star. So why wouldn't I stay at the 5-star that's giving me 35% off before I stayed at one that might be much lower percentage off and it's still a 5-star. Now in New York, it might be about location, but the Plaza Hotel, one of my favorite hotels in New York City. And if you compare the prices to other sites, and you can go right over there right now, it is total $1,272 for a 2-night stay. I know that seems high, but I did pick New York, and this is a 5-star hotel, so it's really not too bad. Ask the folks that are in New York right now. But here's a large savings. These hotels are $1,850 on all these different sites. So like I said, pick your highest percentage of savings. Even if the location was right with these two, I'd probably even jump up to here to even save $200 more, because it's still a 5-star nice hotel. My example I always tell people is I like to rack up my Marriott points, right? But when I go on here to look at hotels, in this case, like, I'm not going to stay at the Marriott. I'm going to stay at the Plaza, because I also like to rack up my money. So you decide what's more important. But if you start to look at these higher percentage, and you focus when you tell people about the club to focus on the highest percentage, you don't have that much of seeing any site that's close to ours or anything like that, because this is what we're really about. The fact that we can get the Plaza Hotel 31% lower is a big deal. Now I'm going to point out something else. You select the room type, and I've heard a lot of feedback about the room types, and there's so many and they're so different, and why don't they do exactly, why don't they say more? This is an area that I'm working with our providers. I've been working with them, and it's a lot better, but it's going to even be better yet. Here's the thing. You could see the same type of room. This is Deluxe King. This is a Deluxe King. 2 different prices. That's because multiple vendors are coming in trying to get us to book their inventory. So this is from one vendor's inventory. This is from another. Well, of course, I'm going to go with the cheaper one, but then that may sell out eventually, and I may not be able to do that one. So that's why you see it the way it is now. We are working on enhancing this category. So I just wanted to let you know that. So that's the hotels. Now, if you chose a city, because I get this question asked a lot, Cancun, if I just knew how to spell, right? All right, so the nails aren't working for me today. Let's say we go with Cancun. And the Cancun, I have people ask all the time about if the property's all-inclusive or not. On the weeks up here, there's a way it shows you yes or no. Here it's a little different, and I just want to point it out to you. If it's all-inclusive, it's actually going to say so in the title. And I just, like right here, the Golden Paradisus Resort, adults only, all-inclusive. If it says all-inclusive up here, is the only way it's all-inclusive. Because some of these resorts sell themselves as all-inclusive and non-all-inclusive. The Fives, all-inclusive. The Fives, $489 for 2 people, all-inclusive. This is for 2 nights, but look at the price on the other sites. I've stayed here. It's absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorites, actually. This one here, very top of the line, very 5-star. Love this resort. It's not all-inclusive, but look at the price comparison, $978, $1,587 at these others. So when you want to go on vacation, you should definitely be looking here. And that's how you see about all-inclusive. Now I'm going to tell you, it looks a little different when we look under weeks. And look at 65%. The Fairmont Mayakoba is absolutely luxury, gorgeous, one of the top of the line places. It's not all inclusive, but it's definitely for the rich and famous. And look at here, $511 for 2 nights, $1,449 on these other sites. I mean, the savings is incredible. So focus on these that give the savings, and get your people to understand to focus on this, the other members, so they can look at where you're wanting, look at the value that we can give you. Look at the savings that we can give you. Focus on those and kind of start staying in those properties so you can utilize this program to the maximum ability. I get very passionate and excited about this because I've seen a lot of platforms over 35 years in this industry, and I love this platform. I use this platform, and now I want to go to Fairmont, and because I see this price. But I do love to travel, as all of you do too, I'm sure. Now let's look at cruises. I want to tell you the scoop about cruises. All the cruises are in here just about. Cruises in here are going to be at the same price as what you would see if you went to the cruise line direct. Cruises are a funny little thing because they have a base price and then they have taxes, and everyone can advertise. Legally, everyone has to advertise the same price, but they can advertise different prices by leaving something out. Like, I'm not going to name who, but it's one of the online booking sites. They happen to be in Houston that love to put cruises up here, and they leave out the government taxes, and they put it in fine print at the bottom. So it always makes them look like they're $100 cheaper, but they're really not when you get to that checkout page and everything's added in. Well, you're not going to see these with the 65% savings or 50% savings right off the bat. What happens with the cruises is you book your cruise. It's a law, all cruises have to be the same price unless you have group space held. Okay, that's another matter. But you get cash back. It's like a rebate. So after the cruise is complete, you'll get a cash reward back. That's how you're saving money on your cruises. It's a percentage back, and I'll get that exact percentage for you, but you can list these cruises by Caribbean, Central America, a cruise to nowhere. Those are really actually popular. Cuba, I think, should be our next cruise for sure, and put your date in, and as a group, wouldn't that be fun? I know a really good line, and it's open bar, and we can all cruise to Cuba. And here you'll see your prices. You go all the way through, you book your cruise, and you'll get cash back. It takes you through this process. Okay? Now I'm going to mention here, if you have a group in hotels, hotels or cruises, if you have a group, because you can only book up to so many, I think it's 6 hotels and cruises, there's always groups for cruises. You need to email support@extremetravel.com, and we'll work on those groups for you and get you, not always will the hotels, we'll try to get you the cheaper rates, but we'll handle the group for you. So it's done as a group with amenities and parties and all the special things that you want to happen when you do a group. And there's special little things, especially with group cruises, like you get a cocktail party together, you might all get a bottle of wine in your room or a shipboard credit. All this stuff can be done when you book cruises as a group. So it'll eventually be in your back office of iBoomerang. Right now it's just submitting an email until we have the forms back there. Like I said, that back office is just every day looking better and better, and you'll see more on referring travel back there in the near future. We do not do flights only, because I'm going to jump over here to flights. Flights on here are competitive to everyone else's flights. They're not necessarily cheaper. They're here as a luxury to have it here as a one-stop shop place. What is neat about flights, though, that I love, is you can still use your reward credits here to pay for your flights. Now that's amazing. You can earn reward points booking flights, and you can use your reward credits to pay for flights. The cars I've noticed, there's some contracts in here that'll be lower. It depends on the destination, but again, there's savings there, and you also get reward credits to purchase or book them. Now I'm going to move into homes. Homes is a really luxury experience right now, but you'll see it changing more and more. Actually, we're going to have a lot of new enhancements next month just on your iGo platform, so you'll want to revisit it. I personally do a house when I go on vacation. I love the resorts, all inclusive. I like a hotel like I was just at with nice room service, but there's nothing like a home. I want to just unwind. We go to Belize, we get a beautiful house right on the beach with its private pool, just like you see. Look at this house in Los Cabos. It sleeps 8 people, it has 4 bedrooms. And it's absolutely gorgeous, and it has a personal host. That's my favorite part. The host comes out and says, not a butler, but like a host. Do you need some short excursions? Do you want me to book you a fishing trip? Would you like a cook to come in and cook your meal tonight? What do you need? I'm here for you, whatever you need. So these pictures are downloading slow, and that's unfortunate because I love Cabo. Look, 2 master bedrooms. Everything you would need, pool right on the beach, absolutely gorgeous. Look at the bedrooms in these pictures. This is a different way to vacation. They still have the maid service. You still have someone helping you. They might be a little more costly, but it's just all about the experience, okay? Travel is all about the experience. Staying at the Plaza in New York, 65% off, is experience and value. And these also provide a value with these homes, especially compared to if you would have got the homes not on your site. But they're absolutely gorgeous in a different way. Absolutely. Anybody goes on one of these houses and does a home here like this, I would love to receive the video of it just so we could do a testimony. Okay, it'll be me. I'll do it. I'll volunteer. I'd really like someone else too. I would love to see your stories. Now let's go under weeks, my absolute favorite part of the whole iGo platform. And if you're not in here, you're really missing out. Again, you can pay with money or reward credits. And let's just go down. They have them all over in the United States. I'm going to go. I love Mexico. I just feel like I think I was supposed to be born there. And we're going to go to Mexico real quick, if I can find it. And we're going to look at Cancun again because we were already looking at that so we can see what's going on there. I'm going to pick a date in May. Now, you notice they don't have an in and out date, okay? The reason for that is these are within 7 days. These are weeks, and they're always 7 days. That doesn't mean you have to stay all 7 days, but it's going to be cheaper to purchase it for 7 days and stay there for however many days you want. Let me show you. We're looking at Cancun. And now here's something else I want to show you. Now we have 2 tabs here. We have resorts and we have all-inclusive. So you can actually select all-inclusive and they will only give you all-inclusive resorts. There's a distinguishing tab here for this. Now, Coral Maya Turquesa, beautiful property, 4-star, $368 it says. Now notice there's not a comparison thing here. Who needs to compare this? That's $368 for the week, for the whole 7 days. It tells you right down here it's an average of $53 a night. And remember, we're under the all-inclusive tab. So for $368, now I like to look at the dates because then it tells me what it sleeps, okay? This $370 sleeps 2. So $370 for 7 nights for 2 people. $370, $368 here on this date for 7 nights stay for 2 people. All inclusive. That's unbelievable. What if you have 4 going? 4 people in a 1-bedroom, sleeps 4. Again, $525 for the 7 nights for all 4 people. That's not per person. That's not per night. It's a little different over here. Unbelievable. This is just, to me, this is where I would go and just pick my vacations. I saw another one on here I really wanted to click on. This El Cid, also love it. Moving down a little bit. Some are a little bit more expensive, but still unbelievably good. The all-inclusive Grand Cancun Resort, I particularly have stayed here more times than I can even count. I love this resort. Look at ocean all over the place. Every room's an ocean view. This isn't one of those super cheap ones, but it's still $13.85 for 2 people for 7 nights, all-inclusive at a 5-star property. Unbelievable. Like I said, just unbelievable. Even this one here, I mean, this one's a little on the wild side at the Temptation Resort, but that's a lot lower than I've ever seen it before. But all these things here now, I would come in here, I would stay here in a heartbeat. This is in Cozumel. Cozumel's so much fun, so much good times downtown. It's right here in town. $479 again for the week, and that's for it has 2 weeks available, and sleeps too. So this is a place I really like to plan. Again, you can pay with your reward credits. You can check out other dates. You can look into the summer. You could go further out. You can look at what you're going to be able to get for your weekly stays. And like I said, it's not, you can check other, not everything's always going to be available. Like, I don't know what we're going to find in Illinois, but who wants to go there anyway, right? That's where I'm from, so I can say that. But there's lots of other places that you can check. Let's just check Aruba, because Aruba's hot right now, just on fire. And now this one doesn't have any all-inclusive tab. That means they don't have any all-inclusive resorts available. This island has some, but not a lot. But again, you can look through here, you can read the details, you can read the reviews, you can look at the pictures, and definitely, even this one at $827, that's for the week. Just remember these great prices. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, Marketplace. Anytime you go into weeks, go to Marketplace, and this is why. Marketplace is basically the same thing, but you get to bid. So let's say right here, I always love this one comes up. Now you can put your locations in here, but I like to look down and say, where do I want to go? Let's see. Royal Solaris, Los Cabos. I've stayed here, love it. It's amazing. And it'll show you the dates. It has 180 here, so somewhere there's 180. November 9th. Okay, hurricane season's over. It's a 1-bedroom, $180 for the week. Somebody grab that. Grab that now. Take that week and go on vacation. You are going to love it. And what you can do is rent it right now at that price, or you can bid. So you can go in here and you could say, I think I only want to pay $150. And well, not that much. Okay, $150. You put your bid in. It tells you what they do. They'll counter offer. You click your bid. And you can even get it lower. That's already incredibly low rate. If you want other dates, and they might be a little higher than you want, this $357, February 8th, that's Valentine's right there. Valentine's and President's Day. Great week. Put a bid on it. And like I said before, these are for 7-night stays. But if you don't want to stay all 7, you could check out early. They're not going to give you any money back. You paid so low for the whole 7 days. But look at this one in Kissimmee, Florida. Everybody, that's Disney World. Everybody likes to go there. So great locations on the Marketplace where you get a little control bidding as well. Now I'm going to go to lifestyle. I know I've been talking for a long time, and you've been on this training for a long time, but I just want to give a really good in-depth training. So I'm going to go over lifestyle a little more than I usually do. Here's some things in here, and one of my favorites is activities. And under activities, you can order, there's family-friendly outdoor activities, shore excursions, and theme parks. So there's different things that you can purchase in this area. Let's just click like on the shore excursions. Oh, maybe not. You usually have a drop-down box for this.
Hey, Lori, people are saying you keep going, okay? Because we've got an engaged audience here with lots of questions, and they're asking, but they're enjoying it. So you take as long as you need to. They love this
good. That makes me feel better. Thank you. Okay, I'm having a little trouble with my activities page. I hope no one else is, but this is why these trainings are so good, because now I'm going to make a phone call and I'm going to get right on this as soon as we're off this call, but maybe it's just operator error. Let's see if I can fix this. Let's do Kissimmee because we know where that is. That's Disney World. Let's see what's going on in Kissimmee during these dates. Kissimmee, it's really called Kissimmee. I live there. I used to work for Disney World, actually. But let's take a look at it and see what they're offering. So you could see these additional things that, you know, it's a great membership, and it's not just about saving on hotels or cars or looking at flight. It goes much deeper, and I want you to be able to see all of it. Okay. Oddly enough, and I'm going to find out a little bit more why I'm getting all these different things when I put in Florida, because here's Alaska, and but here's lots of different sightseeings that you can pick, and I'm going to figure out how we can guide through this a little better. One of my favorite things to do is when I go to a city is do the hop-on, hop-off tour. I do it all the time. The first day, it gives you a little idea of the city that you're in, and then you can go back to the places you want to go to the most. Now you get to hop off and hop on this bus as you'd like, and it gets you through the city. And I like to sit right up here. I mean, who wants to go underground in the subway? I want to see everything. Another thing I absolutely love doing, here they do it in Fort Myers, I also do it if I have a day trip in San Diego, is whale watching and dolphin watching. I mean, unbelievably. Boat rental, shuttles to casinos across the Texas-Oklahoma border. Who would ever thought some of the things that they offer? A private after-hour DC City tour. Lots of different tours here. And here's my Kissimmee doing a fishing trip. Smithsonian, aquarium in Florida, the Everglades trip in. So here's a massive amount, and I'm just going to ask them why it's not sorting correctly, of extra activities. Let me tell you what about travel. Travel is great, and it is really good to go to a city, but it is really better to go to a city and have something planned that you're going to get out there and experience it. You know, I do this whole training on girls trips, and it's real fun to go with the girls, but not if you're just sitting at the pool every day gossiping. Go do something you wouldn't normally do. Go do something that your young children want to do. In my case, that's what I say. Do something that's got zip lining. Go do something that's going to make you uncomfortable, like Mark talked about earlier, because that's going to make you come back and remember that destination so much more. It's going to make the experience of the trip stay in your memory and heart much more than just seeing a pretty beach again. So get out of your comfort zone, book some of these trips, and make it uncomfortable, and get out there and click on this lifestyle tab, look at the activities for suggestions. This is your just suggestion box. That's a great tool. There's also emergency travel services. If you want insurance when you travel, you can click there and get that. If you want to pre-arrange golf, you can do it here. If you want to purchase gift cards for people, which I do frequently, you could do that here. There's restaurant savings. The restaurant savings, I've used this as a matter of fact. You have to spend so much to get so much off, but I go out to eat all the time. I live in Texas, and I live in, like, there's a billion restaurants right by me. So we use this a lot. Wine club, I think I'm a member of so many wine clubs, it's not even funny, so I might as well join this one too. But also I'm going to show you worldwide tours. This is another one that people overlook that I want to show you. These are great. These, you put in your destination. Let's put Italy. Okay, and let's say we're going to book far in advance and we're going to do January. Let's just put it in here to see what they have. I didn't narrow it down a lot. But here are trips to Italy, escorted per person. They do not include airfare, but the really neat thing here is you can select this trip. It shows you all the dates they're going. You can view the map that it's taking you to. This one's going to go to Venice Island, down through Florence, all the way to Rome, and show you everything in between. Beautiful trip. How about what exactly are we going to do? What's our itinerary? Day one, you're doing this. Now, this is a great way to travel. I travel this way a lot, especially places you haven't been. You don't want to miss things. You don't want to show up at St. Mark's Square when you couldn't make it in there. You don't want to go to in Rome. You don't want to head to the Vatican when there's a long line. This puts you in front of the lines, or it's a day that is closed because the Pope is doing something. So this is your itinerary. You go with the group and you get to see everything. And what all are the highlights on this trip? You can click here and see, okay, we're going to have a welcome dinner with a private boat down St. Mark's Square. We're going to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're going to see Michelangelo's David. We're going to visit all these, the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Square. This is telling you the highlights. And then it actually breaks it down. How many of my meals are included on this? And how many I'm paying for? And more. I mean, this is just giving you a summary, and you get to pick the date. There's more trips too. Maybe that's not the one I want. Maybe this is the one I want. Maybe I really just want to do Paris to Rome. All these great selections here. And you get to pick these trips. They're also valued. They should be lower. And they also earn you points. And they go into every little detail. You can also pay for these with reward credits. Again, rack up those credits and then go to Italy. Isn't that a great plan? So the lifestyle tab, the word lifestyle doesn't even do it justice, because now you're going and experiencing life under activities, you're insuring yourself, you're playing golf, you're going out to eat, you're joining a wine club, and now you're seeing the world with the worldwide tours. So this is truly lifestyle. I mean, if we didn't already give it to you with all of those ahead of it, you're definitely getting it in this tab here. This is why the iGo platform in the first class offers more of these features, because they are so valuable and give you that VIP first class treatment in your travel world. Now, I have a lot of people ask me about timeshare, and I'm just going to go over it real quickly. It's just on here as a special offer. It's a place where you can either deposit your weeks, you can read about it down here, or exchange weeks if you're already a timeshare holder. So this isn't anything about staying in a timeshare. This is just a place for you, if you're a timeshare holder, to be able to deposit your week to help you out to get people to stay in your timeshare. The real timeshares kind of are under our weeks. They're resorts, but some of them are actually timeshares as well. That's why we get such great rates in here, because that's how it kind of works now in the travel industry. Some, you know, like this Las Vegas hotel is also a timeshare. The Kahana Falls in Maui, beautiful by the way, is also a timeshare, but it's also a great thing for you being an iGo member. You get amazing benefits and nice long week stays. Always look at the featured weekly stays down here, because they're usually the ones on sale, and it'll give you ideas. You know, being in the industry and selling travel for many years, what I've learned is sometimes people just want a suggestion. So when you go on here to book your everyday hotels and cars, also look further down on the homes and weeks and lifestyle to enhance your life and give you suggestions to be a traveler the way you want to be a traveler. So I just want to take a minute. I think I've gone over the entire site. I want to just tell you, I know every day we're enhancing the use of the iGo platform, along with the use of your Boomerang platform. And I know, and I'm not going to say there isn't, because, you know, like Mark said, we haven't even been a month yet. I'm amazed at all that's happened in a month. But we had some iGo issues, and they're getting all sorted, and I think they're all sorted now, and had miracle meetings over the weekend with the Boomerang issues. We appreciate everyone's patience in this pre-launch period. you have amazing value here, and we're going to tweak it all the time with your help and your feedback to make it the best that it can be. And we appreciate your patience while we're getting it even better than it already is, because it already is pretty good. I use it all the time. As a matter of fact, when I'm off this training, I'm booking a hotel in Amsterdam because I'm even embarrassed to share my travel schedule. And that's how you're going to be one day too, when you have all these great values at your fingertips. So I hope the iGo training today was helpful. I think I covered everything, and if I didn't, I'm sure I'll hear from you and I can cover that question with you. Mark, do you open up to questions or no?
Okay, I was just responding to somebody. Okay, so first of all, Lori, my gosh, what an incredible training. The chat boxes are lighting up. People have been super eager to ask questions. So we'll take a few, but I want everybody to know, today, again, another day where we've had an issue with Zoom connecting with Facebook. So I know that we've got some major issues there, and it tends to happen when we've got big groups of people getting on. So it loads down the lines, and so that's a good problem to have, but we need to resolve that. So we will get that fixed. But also this recording, so we record these every week, and I will take the Zoom recording and I will put the Zoom recording up on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/iboomerang, and it will be there later today. So you can rewatch it. And for those of you that were having some technical difficulties over on Facebook Live, we will have a clean recording over on YouTube later today. So watch for that. And it's in the section called Flight School. So, and you're in flight school this morning. So, hey, give yourselves a hand and give yourselves a pat on the back, because you were on flight school and others were maybe sleeping in and doing other things that, that they should have been on this call instead. So, yes, we've got a few questions, and let me just grab a few. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be able to get to all of your questions today. And you know, one thing I heard too and saw in the chat was we need to do more of these in-depth trainings. And yes, we do, and we will. So I know that you guys are eager for all this good information. And you know, I want to encourage all of you too, that we have done other trainings, and I've seen a few questions in the chat groups here that have been answered on previous trainings. So again, go back to YouTube, take a look at the training videos in there, and you're going to find a lot of your answers that you're asking. Mark,
I saw one question that I would like to answer real quick, because I get it a lot in the office. Is that okay?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, one question I saw is, can someone offer this platform to a travel agency for them to book their clients? And it really isn't a tool that a travel agent would want to use. And that's why I get this asked a lot, and I just want to be upfront with it. Travel agencies or agents are in the business to make money. This site is saving the consumer money. Now, the only way it would work for an agent is if they could mark it up and collect the difference to make that money, and that's not really what we're doing. So I don't really think this is a platform today, but because I'm asked that question so much, I think it could be in the future tailored for that kind of business, which takes me down a whole other path of thinking. But today, no, this is a membership for you for savings. Your travel ambassador saving, or travel savings ambassador, sorry. And that is what the platform is today. So that really wouldn't work in an agency environment, but you got my wheels turning, and I'm going to figure out how that could happen and how you could benefit when that happens.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori. So a couple of questions. Do credits that we earn have an expiration date?
10 years. You have to use them in 10 years. If you can make that happen, that's the expiration date. Good question.
Yes. Is the cruise information for members the same information we let our customers know? So as far as no rate discounts and they'll get a cashback reward.
Exactly. It's also the same for them. And then also you get a little piece of that cash back as well.
Oh, good. Nice. I can't wait. All right. So can hotel, flight, car rental, and excursions be purchased as a package? We get that question a lot about packages.
Yes, that is an excellent question. And that's called bundled or packages. And it's currently in production. So like I said, we're constantly rolling out new things. You may see it in the near future.
All right. That's awesome. And then somebody asked, what's the YouTube site for training? Again, youtube.com/iboomerang. All right. Let's see here. The bundling question came up again. Let's see here. Are these prices for TSA only? Whoops, hold on a second. My screen just covered up the question. Hold on a sec. Let's see here. Oh, I've got more questions coming in, and it's oh, shoot. And it is covering up some of the other questions. Let's see here. Let's see. Are these prices for the TSA only, or for those who have boomerang sent to them? So that's an easy one. That's
yes. You know the answer to that one.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so the answer is that on your iGo platform that you sign in like we did on this one, actually has the URL members at the top. You see iGo for less, that's your site, has lower prices than the customer site that you send out in the boomerang. The boomerang will have 50% less savings. So you have 50% more savings on your site.
Yes. And there's another one here. We don't book our clients travel on iGo. We just send them a boomerang and let them do it. Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
so that's related to that question. Let me go over to Facebook Live here for a minute. Let's see, are there some questions on here?
Because I would just want to explain, when you send your customer a site for them to book, you're going to make money back. That's the only way you make money back. Why would you book your client or anybody on your site? Because you're not going to earn anything.
And that deserves a boom. So let's give Lori a boom. All right. Will payment plans be offered to our clients?
On most online travel agencies, what we call OTAs, that's what this is, do not offer payment plans. I think on our world tours down here they do, but on hotels, flights, even when we do have bundled packages, they're always paid in full. Yes.
Excellent. And then do we earn travel savings bonuses from iBoomerang customers on weeks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You do. Weeks are something you earn on. Yes.
All right.
They'll get 50. They will not see the same price as you do, and that difference is where you get it back.
Yeah. All right. And then how do we make money from cruises, weeks, and flights? So first of all, let me answer one part of this question. You don't make money from flights. You can get rewards credits from flights, but you don't make any money on flights. And then we just answered the weeks part. This is from Rodrigo. We answered the weeks part, but then how do we make money from cruises?
Okay, on the cruises, after the cruise takes place, they do a payback. You could call it a rebate, but they give you a percentage back after the cruise has been taken, and that goes back to you. So you make money on it. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And then, and this is another related question that we've already answered, but if somebody reserves a trip, can they put something down and after pay the rest?
No, it's a pay in full. They don't do payment plans.
Right. And I don't think that there are any online booking travel sites at all that take payment plans. So Yeah,
No,
definitely.
that's what people go to travel agents for.
Yes,
But you
exactly.
pay more. You usually pay more when you're putting down payments as well.
Ah, right. Good thought there. All right, let's see here. When will you consider offering, oh gosh, a traditional bed and breakfast, not Airbnb or maybe Airbnb in the future? So we already do some of that.
We already do, but when I talked about the homes feature, remember I told you we're getting new enhancements out as early as next month. And right now they're all kind of luxury. They're going to break those up into different categories of value. And actually, Airbnb is one of the partners. So there will be Airbnb type things under homes. That is one of the features that's coming out.
Great. And then, so somebody did say here, does the customer site have homes? And because they were saying that their customer site did not have homes. So if that's
it does not.
Case, yeah, it does not?
No, it does not have homes on the customer site today.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's new to me. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So somebody again is asking me to repeat the site for the YouTube training. So do this. Go to iboomerang.com and well, let's see here. Yeah, and go to the bottom, and then all of our social links are down there at the bottom. Yeah.
Do you want me to do that?
Pardon me?
You want me to do it on my screen?
Sure. I've already done it in all the chats. So, but yeah. Okay. And then here's another one. Can you clarify how we book trips for groups, 20 to 50 people? We don't use iBoomerang, right? And the answer to that is no, but Lori will tell you how to do that.
Right. Okay. Soon, everything and all your questions will be answered in your back office, even this one. There'll be a nice form back there, but currently, today, we are getting many group requests, which makes me very happy. We specialize in groups at Extreme Travel, so we'll give you excellent care. We have over 100 years experience between all the agents that work in our office. But you will send your request to support@extremetravel.com. And give us as much information about it as possible, and then you'll be assigned to an agent that specializes in that area. Now, we do not do group flight only. We mostly do like group cruises, group resorts, weddings, family reunions, stuff like that. But send it, we'll talk, we start a conversation, you'll get a call back immediately, and eventually, like I said, that will be an option in your back office. It'll be a form you fill out that will also go to Extreme. So yes, we're very anxious to get in your group travel, so please send those to us.
Yeah, and I think you guys, how much has your group travel increased since iBoomerang kicked off?
Oh, wow, 80%.
Awesome. All right, do we get commissions back based on their purchase or after they take the trip? The question of that, or excuse me, the answer to that is after they take the trip.
That's true. And one more thing I want to put about referral. When you do refer it, the first thing we do when you refer travel is make sure that this wasn't something that could have been sent as a boomerang. Usually if it's a big bunch, it can't be. Okay, like 50 people, 50 rooms. But you also make, when the commission comes back on that trip, you make 25% of that commission. So you also make back in another way when you send your groups in. But all earnings for travel is always paid out after the travel, about 30 to 60 days after the travel.
So does Extreme Travel book corporate travel?
No, Extreme is a leisure agency. We just do leisure. It is an area we can get into because we have the support. We have a Travel Savers is our consortium, and we have the support of that. So if you had corporate business that you were wanting to explore taking on, you would want to email me directly, and we could talk about that.
All right, and then another one about, everybody's excited about sending Extreme some group bookings. So how many people to consider a group, or how many people is considered a group?
10 or more rooms or cabins is a group. Now, if you're like right about 8 or 9, send it anyway, because I can do something with that too.
Awesome. How about, is there anything in the group travel that allows bus trips? So casino group type bus trips?
No, as a matter of fact, we don't do bus trips right now. And the reason is everything we do, it has got to be commissionable. So you get your piece as well, because that's why you're sending it. And buses don't really pay travel agents commission. They usually work directly with group leaders. So that's why we don't do a lot of bus trips.
All right. And Rodrigo is asking, is there a way to know the percentage of the commission up front? And the answer to that is not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Pretty soon it'll be in your back office. There'll be a tracking desk, but that's coming out later.
All right. And then can you search for all-inclusive in hotels? So that was one thing that I was, I definitely got a few times in the chats here. Can you search for all-inclusive in hotels?
The way we did that again is that under the hotels, you have to look for it to say all-inclusive in their name. They don't have those wonderful tabs yet, but I love those tabs so much that I want them added. And it's one of my big pleas right now to our IT people is to get that in there like it is on the weeks, because I really liked how that was in the weeks. And don't show me something, because then I'm spoiled to it and I want it wherever I want it. So right now there is not a tab just to say all-inclusive. You have to see it in the title of the name. And I just pulled up a destination that may have some so I could show you an example. And then when you read in details, it may go into it, but like none of these so far in this list are all-inclusive. And then here's one, all-inclusive. It says the Fives Azul Beach Resort by Charisma, one of my faves, all-inclusive. So I know this property is all-inclusive, but I know they also do it not all-inclusive. And that could be really touchy, is when, you know, knowing for sure. So definitely if it has it in the title only. And I will work on the tab for the hotels area to show up here like it does under weeks. I'll be working on that diligently for you.
All right. You know what? We're going to let Lori go, because you know what? We could probably sit here and answer questions for the next 8 hours. And you know what? Lori would probably just continue to keep going too if I let her. So, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this training up, because it's been almost an hour and a half. So Lori, thank you so much for your time. I know that you had a huge week last week. You were so busy, and you got home late last night, and you were so gracious to say that you would do this training this morning. So again, thank you so much for doing this training and being patient and answering all of these questions.
I love doing this training. Schedule me once a month if you want me to. I'm completely fine with it. I like it when people know how to use this great tool that I'm so excited about. We're also lucky to have our iGo platform. So I loved it. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. So Lori, again, you know, you are the queen and empress of travel. And thank you so much for representing us so well in the industry, because I know you're on all of these boards. How many boards are you on?
Currently 3. Because one changes their members a lot, but currently on 3, and I may be added to another one here soon. So,
man, you know, and this is what I'm talking about. So, you know, the iGo travel booking platform is the high technology piece. This is the piece that you get access to, and it gives you incredible rates and discounts and savings. And then, you know, we've got Extreme Travel backing us up with Lori as the Director of Travel Services there, who is tied into all of these huge organizations. And so that's what I like to say. So we've got high tech and we've got high touch, which is the extreme travel part. those two together make us unique in the industry today. And again, you know, Extreme Travel is an 18-year-old travel company. They've booked over $1.5 billion in travel. And you guys have seen all of the awards that they have won. And again, with Lori being the director of travel services here and being on all of these boards, it opens us up to the opportunity of being able to provide you so much more than just a travel booking platform. So incredible stuff, Lori. Thank you so much again. And again, finally, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to take the Zoom recording because some of you on Facebook Live, again, we have problems with Facebook Live every Saturday. It's uncanny how this happens. And we can't get Facebook Live to work. And again, I think it's because the lines are loaded down. But I'm going to put this training up from the Zoom recording. So that's the clean one. So those of you that couldn't see it on Facebook Live will be able to catch it on youtube.com/iboomerang. And again, get all of your folks onto that training because it's going to answer a lot of their questions. It cuts down on your time to answer all of those questions. And then, you know what? We're going to be back here again next week, 8 a.m. for Flight School. So be ready. Get your teams on too. And we'll be here every Saturday, unless there's a big event. We'll be here every Saturday on Flight School. So let's do this. Be sure to check the events page on facebook.com. Again, a lot of new events coming up. I've been getting pictures already. I've been getting videos coming into it's been flooding my email inbox. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not getting out there and sharing what we have here, you're not really going along with the philosophy of what iBoomerang is all about. It's all about sharing and goodwill. So, and when you share what it is we have to offer here, and you can share a free website that people are going to save money on, good blessings are going to come back to you. And again, it's our philosophy at iBoomerang. So share and send those blessings out, and good blessings and good karma is going to come back to you. So with that, we're going to sign off today. And thank you for being on this training call.
Bye, everybody.
And, yeah. Bye. Say bye to Lori. Bye, Lori.
Bye.
All right.